All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, hit that thumbs up as you're tuning in. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the markets. What an incredible week of day trading it was. One of our best weeks here in a long time, since February, really. And I think it was a really good week for most of the community members here as well. So in this one, we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how I was able to make over $8,000 trading today. We're going to talk about the stock that was moving. We're going to talk about the setups and patterns that I took. We're going to talk about how I manage risk. We're going to also take a look into my trader view metrics, which tracks my performance day by day. We're going to look at the community as well to see how the other traders are doing. And we're going to also take a look at, as to why we need to stay motivated and encouraged, because what's happening right now is absolutely unprecedented. It is insane. The chat room this week again might have made over another $1 million, guys. I mean, it is insane what is happening here in the stock market. So to kick things off, let's jump into my metrics here for the week. Guys, it's been an incredible week, and I'm up here in just 1 week of trading 44,000, almost $45,000 in gross profits in just 1 week of trading. The last week I had that was this good was February, week 2, week 3 of February, where I believe I did about 46,000. So I'm just a couple $1,000s shy of my best week ever. Let's take a look at the details section. We're averaging about $9,000 a day here this week. I mean, just absolutely insane. You can see over 10 million shares of volume, and a lot of this is due to the cheaper stocks that we're trading and the size that we're pushing. We're averaging $177 per winner and $137 per loss for a net gain of about $50 per trade. And we have a almost 60% accuracy here, and that is by 904 trades. All right, so things can add up very quickly here in penny land, man. And the penny stocks, the sub $1 stocks, they have been moving. They've absolutely been moving. We've had stocks like BTCT and a few others, but still, the penny stocks, man, they are king right now, and the chat room is definitely capitalizing. And so CERO is going to be my top stock here of all time, breaking over BMR. If I'm to reset this and go to year to date, you guys will see that BMR was my top stock here, right? And we'll also look at that week going back to February. So BMR, which was my leading stock of 18,000, has been surpassed by now CERO, which is sitting around $21,000. My biggest winning stocks are on this left-hand side. My biggest losing stocks are on this right-hand side. And this right here goes to show you how well we manage risk, how well we keep our stops tight. We're going to talk about that when we get into the charts, when we get into the live trading review. But my best winning stock, 21,000. My worst losing stock, $4,000. That alone right there tells you a lot about my risk management system and how I approach the markets. Just absolutely insane in that imbalance right there. So, it's been a great year to this point. As mentioned, February, if we come back to the calendar, February, we had a really hot week in week 3. Week 3, we started off 26K, a little slower on the 13th, and then the 14th, 15th, we picked it up, and then slower down to 16th. So you can see this week has been much more consistent overall. But the $26,000 day is almost $10,000 more than my biggest day this time around, right? So February we did 72K when we had this hot momentum. Hey, will we be able to surpass 70K here in November and potentially have our best month ever? Now, last month, right? And this is why you have to keep your spirits high, stay motivated, stay determined. Last month we did about 15,000 in a hot market where we perhaps could have done 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe 80, $90,000. We definitely underperformed, undercapitalized, but we didn't let that get to the best of us. But instead, we stayed determined, we stayed focused, and we're always being optimistic, knowing that we get another chance the next day and we can improve. We can learn from our mistakes. Now it's a slightly different market. Back here we had more higher price stocks. Now we're seeing more stocks below $1, but it still doesn't make it easy because you still have to be disciplined. You still have to be aggressive. You still have to take every single entry that you're seeing, right? So, trading is never easy, and we were definitely grateful to be able to see this type of reward. I mean, just in 1 week from the market is absolutely insane. So yeah, let's jump into the charts here. We're going to talk a little bit about how we manage risk and how we were getting in and out. And then we're going to talk a little bit about how you guys can get started for those of you who are a little newer, looking to get involved into the market here with a credible mentor and a proven strategy. All right. So stock CERO. Let's look at our daily chart. In fact, we'll use the daily chart over at E-Trade. CERO. Let's pull this one up. So a few days ago, you guys will see that this stock gave a move, right? In fact, going all the way back to September 20th, it was in play a little bit, but more recently here, November 11th, which I believe was Monday, this thing went from a low of 6 cents to a high of 23 cents. It was an actual penny stocks. So a lot of the times you guys might be hearing it just on YouTube or in general, hey, penny stocks, penny stocks. Typically, people are referring to anything between, let's say, like 1 cent, right? 0.01 cent and really like 30 bucks. People are referring to this entire range here as penny stocks. But for me in particular, I only say something is a penny stock if it's below $1, right? Sub $1. And this one here started off at 6 cents, pushed up to 23, pulled back, pushed up to about 24. Actually, we had a bit of a doji here. We sold off in this day. Pushed up here rather to about 35 area. Sold off, pushed up again, and then today ripped all the way up here. I mean, just absolutely insane, right? And the high point today was 44. And you can see we did trade with a little less volume than we did the first time around. But all 3 days, this thing gave opportunities. And you can notice here, the volume versus this cluster was much higher this time around, much higher. So the liquidity, the shares that are being traded, right? And you guys will see it up here. I'll draw it on screen. You guys will see it in this column over here. Total shares traded, which is 1.45 billion. And then on the last day here, we had 1.17 billion shares with a B. So absolute insane volatility, liquidity, and momentum here. So let's come into the chart. Let's talk pattern. Let's talk where I was getting in and out. I'll show you guys a few live trades from today. So we started off around 16 cents pre-market, and it did its thing. In pre-market, this thing from at 8:45 a.m. took off, absolutely took off, going all the way from 16 up to 30. And the question was, hey, can we see a continued move into the open? Can we see another uptrend up to 45, 50, maybe 60? And into the open, there's a very specific setup that we like to call the opening surge, where we're watching for the stock to continue over the previous high in pre-market and rip to new highs, new levels, higher highs. So let me show you guys here how this played out as we were coming into the open here. So let's bring this back a little bit. I could have used some bigger size on this stock. So we're starting in pre-market here right around 33 as we're coming into the open. This is at 9:29 a.m. market time today. Coming into the open, we're watching to see how well this thing is going to move right away. And I'm watching here, and right initially we're not seeing anything. There's just like a lighter volume churn. So I'm waiting to see the direction this thing is going to go. And the moment it starts to move, I should have bought like three times. I jumped in 33.6, 34, and can we see that move up? Initially, look at, see right there, man. Sometimes I tell you, I'm just a little frustrated because sometimes we get this stall out as if we're not going to keep going higher. and then I cut the trade because you got to remember this is the open. It's the equivalent of a halt resumption where the stock could flush down if it doesn't continue in that stride. But it's another area where perhaps I could have waited a little bit more, give the stock a little bit more time before coming out. So here we go. Rewinding here. I'm in, and then I'm going to get out, but I'm going to get back in. So I think this is a great buy, and we did have a few sellers 34, but you can see we dipped down slightly. So I took the 3/10 of a cent gain, and the moment I'm selling, this thing already ripped through 34, where I thought we might have been seeing some resistance. Notice I do have this blue trend line up here, 34.50, and I believe I'm gonna. So right here, this is me chasing the stock a little bit. It's not really gonna dip, but I'm like, man, this thing looks like it can go, and I'm gonna jump in. So I jump back in 34.30, and it's going to rip to 36. So again, I'm using massive share size, 50,000 shares, which means for every penny the stock goes up or down, I'll make or lose $500. Right, so I jumped in again. I think I'm gonna jump in. It ripped all the way to 38, man. Right here, we're seeing a few buyers coming in at 36.5. I'm taking it right above that level with a tight stop. So in this particular trade, you might say, hey, well, Relentless, where's your stop? Well, if this thing is to break down literally within the 1/10 of a penny that I got in, I'm looking to cut the trade. I'm looking to cut the trade, and right here we're strong. We're seeing the opening surge. This thing is an uptrend, and I'm working it over and over, taking a couple cents. So I'm back in. I'm back in at 36.5. There's 37.6. So 37.5 would be one full penny, which would be $500. And I'm selling at 37.6, and I'm, essentially making $500 on the trade. So just right here, just like that, in the first 30 seconds of the open, we've already made $1,500. If we're to skip forward 30 seconds, and then another 30 seconds, and then another 30 seconds. Well, okay, I thought I would have made more. But I guess what was that? Like another minute and a half. We're at now 2K. And then we're now 2,700. We skip forward another 3 minutes, or 4 minutes, or five. We're at 4K. We skip forward another four. We're at 5K. And I made a mistake, guys. I made a huge mistake. Look at this, right? When this thing started to sell off, I could have done another like 3, 4, 5,000 for sure. When this stock started to sell off right here, I did two things. First right here, I walked off screen to blow my nose. One. And then two, I started to then look for other opportunities instead of being a little bit patient to see how the bounce would go off of the sell-off. Because this thing is going to flush down some more. At 36.5, we're going to come down. We're going to come down. There's 34.1. It's going to bounce up a little. And then it's going to... So I could have been still actively trading this thing, man. If we skip forward 30 seconds, from the low of 34, it does get back to 36. It pulls back 35. It holds. It was still giving a bunch of entries here. And here I am looking away at other stocks like SPPL. It's not bad that there's something else that could be moving, but the fact of the matter is that this stock is still giving opportunities, and the opportunities are going to be much greater than something like SPPL, unless I can literally make $500 every time I hit the buy button. It's not likely that this one can yield a greater reward, even still at this point in time. So I think I did myself a little bit of a disservice. I didn't really get back involved till, like somewhere up here. So we missed out on maybe a couple $1,000 here in this area. So in terms of how we're managing risk, we're cutting the trades very quickly if they're not going right away. We're cutting the trades very quickly if it's going against us. You guys will see even at times I sell so fast that I miss a bigger move. And sometimes, you know what, that's part of the strategy. It's all part of the deal. Because the goal is to essentially to not take losses, not to take severe losses, especially getting caught into a red candle like this being too aggressive, right? Because just like that, from 41 to 34, you can be up 3, 4, 5, 10K, and you can give all back right away in just one loss, right? So in this area, we had something. We looked at the opening surge. which is one of the patterns that we look for. Patterns and edge, right? It's an edge that we look at. We then went into, and I can erase some of the drawings here, right? We then went into what was a bit of a bull flag. If I bring up my drawing tool, so we pushed up, and now we're seeing sideways consolidation. So the key with every flag is, are we gonna go higher or are we gonna go lower? And we can see that the flag, it first got up here to about 44. It pulled back. It tried again. Trouble 44. So we knew at this point, hey, 44 is resistance. And, we're watching it on this bit of ascending level here, right? So our flag is doing well. We're squeezing tighter. So initially the range here is pretty wide. But then we're squeezing tighter and tighter and tighter. And can we rip to the upside? Instead, there's weakness, it sells off. And again, this is where I made the mistake of leaving a little too soon before then coming back all the way like over here. So opening surge, bull flag consolidation, and within the bull flag, because patterns within patterns, edges within edges, we're watching at flushes. So from the high point right here, which was about, what was that, like 42, it flushes down to a low of about 38. So when this thing dips down aggressively, can we buy low, position ourselves, sell a little higher? Or even right here, we bounced up. Even if you're not in right here, we bounced up. Okay, we got the highs right here. Can the new 1 minute candle make the new high and rip over this level? It does. And in this case, we go from about what, like 41 up to what, 43, right? And then to a high of 44. So we're ranking and repeating all these same patterns. So our overall context, if we look at the 5-minute chart, stock is stair stepping up, right? Stair stepping up right here. Nice uptrend here, beautiful pull away, and we're then holding the consolidation sideways. So all I'm seeing is that, hey, this is an uptrend, it's pretty bullish. Until this consolidation starts to break down, I don't need to stop trading. And even when it did, if there's still opportunities, I can continue. But again, I looked away a little soon, right? So let's fast forward. Let's zoom out. You guys will see, even in this area here, a lot of baby pullbacks, we like to call them, right? Baby pullbacks. Meaning, hey, okay, we're in a bit of a downtrend, but we're consolidating sideways. Are we going to go lower or higher? So you can see it's like the same thing again. So this is just the reverse, right? So a bull flag, stock going up, sideways consolidation. Bear flag, stock going down, sideways consolidation. But if there's that range in there, here we're going to go up, or hey, are we going to go down? We can still be able to capitalize. So can I buy here, sell higher? Or maybe buy right here, sell higher, right? And then what these candlesticks are doing is, hey, we flush down, it bounces up. Flush down, bounces up. Goes up a little higher, comes down, bounces up. Down. So in all these areas here, every single area, we're working the stock in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Like a madman, like a crazy person. And we're capitalizing, keeping our stops really tight, taking a couple cents over and over. It's not easy. It does require a lot of intuition. It's important to utilize level 2, which is this software right here that I'm using. This software right here definitely helps out a bit. Time and sales helps out a bit, right? Which is also on the right hand side here. Paying attention to the chart pattern as mentioned, making sure we're in an uptrend, we're strong, we're bullish. When you really take the time to zoom out and look at the stock, and not just in a very closed lens, you can start to see, well, okay, up until like here, then you notice, all right, this thing is really just pulling back and selling off, right? When you really zoom out. But up until we're no longer making money, we can keep watching. And you can see here, a good time to maybe walk away is like right over here, as like we're starting to see more selling candles with higher volume. And the volume altogether is just like flat lines. So like I guess right here would have been like the last place. Hopefully you would have avoided losses here coming down. But like here you can see the volume just like flatlined versus everything prior to 11 a.m., there was action, right? So all of this action to be able to capitalize versus real backside. So that was CERO. And you know what I do have to say, right? For those of you who are looking to get started, who are looking to really deep dive and learn how to trade, get in one with your education. Guys, check out Merciless Markets. This is my day trading course. This is the service that I offer here. And we do have our biggest coupon yet, 50% off. Coupon code Black Friday. Coupon code Black Friday will save you $1,600 on the Merciless Markets full curriculum. All right. So we have three options. There's an ebook, there's an accelerated package, which is an entry level package. But for those people who are looking to really be serious and get involved in learning how to trade, this is where it goes down, man. This is where it goes down. Am I in my student account? I think I should be logged in here in my student account. Let's come back. Let me hit login. There's Tim's archives, Tom's archives. You have the full package here where you'll find myself and Marcelo's archives. When you come on in and you go through all the chapters, right? All the chapters, some of the big chapters here. Every chapter is important, but definitely chapter 14. I believe it's chapter 24 as well. Chapter 14 and chapter 24, two big chapters. But when you come all the way down to chapter 32 and you scroll down to the bottom, you guys will see our live trading archives. Do you want to see how Marcelo made $24,000 today? Seeing every area where he bought and sold. Do you want to see every single area where high-level trader Marcelo bought and sold to make 24,000 bucks? Every single trade, every single entry, every single buy, every single sell. Imagine if you can go on the exchange and walk around somebody with that blue jacket like this to see which terminals they're going to, how they're placing trades, what buttons they're pressing. That's what's all available here, man. From A to Z, from zero to advanced, from beginner friendly to advanced, right? There's some general information to start off. And then you get into some trading tools and softwares. You get into the candlestick patterns. Man, everything that you need to know is here for you to be successful, right? There's time frames. So I think this class here is with Marcelo. Let's click on it and check it out. Here we go. So if you want to understand how to read a candlestick, literally from beginning. If you don't know what a candlestick is, you want to understand how to read a candlestick, the story that the candlesticks tell, how everything comes together and works out. Every single thing is here, so you understand how to read the story the market is telling, the signals that each candlestick represent, because it's telling a story. Some candlesticks are very strong, some candlesticks are pretty weak, and it's how all of this foundation is what gives us the intuition to be able to get in and out and understand when a stock is weak versus when a stock is strong, right? You come on down to where are we are? Chapter, let's see. So basics of day trading. You come down to chapter 11, chapter 12, chapter 13, right? Finding stocks to trade, understanding the importance of volume, understanding the importance of the float, the spread, everything that we go over here. So when it comes down to the patterns, right? So some people will say, well, Relentless, you're just referring to these patterns, an opening surge, a bull flag, a flat top breakout. We don't know what the heck these patterns are. Well, this is where I'm referring to and getting everything from, right? The bull flag, picture perfect examples of what to look for and what to look at and how it's described and how to see it, where to get in, where to get out, right? What it looks like on the screen. Everything is here from top to bottom, Myself, Marcelo, we go over literally every single thing that you will need. So the VWAP pullback, right? Every single thing that you need. I mean, I can't be any more clear about this stuff, right? The market, man. Woo! I'm getting too excited here. I'm gonna explode. My mind is gonna go crazy. So check out Merciless Markets. If you're someone who's newer looking to learn how to trade, I mean it's quite the experience here. But anyhows, uh, besides that, let's take a look at Momo Pro. This is the scanning software that I use every day to find these stocks. If I come down here to my discovery section and enlarge this, let's make sure to go down to here to high of day Momo. You guys will see all the hot stocks. So there's AREN, DDC, a few others. DDC, I actually missed this one. Let's see, how did this look? DDC. Looks like it's all after hours here. And I'm checking on my screen up top. DDC. Let's blend the level 2. Looks like this one is primarily after hours. Started after the close. That's fine. We missed it. But coming back, SPPL, CERO. So if we look at all the list of stocks that I traded, I actually did lose on a few of the other ones. Not giving them my full undivided attention. Took some small losses. But CERO again was the main stock of the day. Other than that, let's take a quick look at the chat room, because it's a good place to remind us to stay motivated, right? As you guys know, there are students and there are other mentors. We have a few traders who did end up finishing a little red. Alex, shout out to Geo, who's been doing well. We did have a few people who did finish red, but overall, most people finished green and had a record week. Big Steve, 16,000 record week, 1.6K on the day, getting it done. Shout out to D Trades, one of the students who absolutely smoked it today, 22,000. Green Dream at 2,800. Tim, one of the other mentors, 75K last week, 88,000 this week. These numbers even sound real to some people listening in, watching on. Can you fathom? Can you believe this? That this is happening? This is some people's. They say one man's dream is one man's fantasy is another man's reality. How can we too make this our reality? Well, by working our asses off every day, studying, reviewing, screen recording our trades, creating study groups, joining successful communities, following a proven profitable strategy, getting a good mentor. That's how we do it. And we've mentored all of these students here that you're seeing, right? From D Trades, even the students who might even have a bigger day than us from time to time. D Trades, Lucas, Tim, all this stuff, it tells you that strategy is working and that our students are being aggressive. Enzo, process over profits. You guys notice Enzo's gains are slowly getting bigger. Watch when he starts hitting 10K a week. Watch. It's coming, man. It's almost like I can see the future here. We understand it's not guaranteed and not everyone will make it, but by joining this community here, in the chat room, it's just $14 a month. You can stand a better chance at being a part of greatness and potentially being successful. Gus, chat room member, 11,000 on the day. Just insane stuff. Tim, 14K on the day. Dennis, 5,000 on the day. This summer got to be the MMU resort getaway. We're going to go to Mexico, rent out the entire resort for all the MMU community. Jackson, 14,000 today. Lucas traded 17 million shares. Guys, I traded it. If you notice up here, right? Let's take a look at this. I traded it on this stock 5.6 million shares of volume. Lucas, one of the students, 17 million shares of. So when I thought I was going crazy with size and going big, there's always people, and sometimes our students even, who are looking to go even more aggressive, a little bit bigger. And Lucas, after missing Monday and Tuesday, taking vacation, still making 88,000 on the week. Still. Come on, man. Beam, $8,000. These guys are killing it, man. Sabe, Team House member, $28,000. $28,000, guys. Momo Bro using the smaller size, getting it done, $480. $480. Jay said no progress after 45 minutes, so left out with the green. Small size, profits over profits, getting it done. Marcelo, the other mentor, $20,000. Sheesh. Dynasty, student. You guys want to see what Dynasty looks like? Hold on, let me show you guys, man. I'll show you guys exactly who Dynasty is. Here it is. Newest. This is Dynasty right here. Dynasty, aka Dominique. I know sometimes you guys will only hear these guys' their Discord name, their usernames, right? Because we refer to a lot of people by their actual username. Some people their username is more of a staple, like Mighty Stocks Marcel, like Mighty Stocks Marcelo's username. People will know him as Mighty on his YouTube channel, right? Trading with Tim, like it's a lot of usernames. So sometimes you guys don't really get to see the face behind everybody. But these guys, they came to a team house meetup already, man. They came to a team house meetup. And so shout out to Dynasty, shout out to Minty. These two guys are bros, they're brothers, and they're getting it done. So Dynasty 13,000. Nick, shout out, way to go. D-Tex, Cactus Rob, 3.6 on a day. Gambit getting it done. Chat room member. I had a video call with Gambit. He's a pretty cool guy. And shout out to Shay, Mark Q. I can't really pronounce this name here, but still, way to go. $500. Minty, here's the other brother. There it is. 11K. Minty, the other one right here in the background. Guys, check out, if you haven't seen already, Dominique and Daniel, aka Dynasty and Minty from the Discord. Shout out to the boys, man. If you guys haven't seen these Team House vlogs, definitely check them out. Like, you'll see all the guys, all the Team House guys. I mean, it's really something else, right? So you guys can definitely check out these videos. It's on my YouTube page. You can find them there if you scroll down a bit. So there's Minty. I mean, the list goes on. SF, shout out to SF, who did take vacation, still ended green on the week. And SF is our cardiologist here in the chat room, right? Doctor, professional individual who's still here getting it done, learning how to trade. If a doctor can make the time to still put in the work to learn how to trade, and nothing is stopping anybody, right, from giving it a try. Dan, Kersey, I mean, the list goes on and on. So shout out to the community, shout out to the team. Guys, let's stay motivated, let's stay inspired, let's stay encouraged. Let's keep building, let's keep growing, let's never settle. Let's never settle, man. Let's keep striving for greatness, let's keep striving for excellence, let's keep progressing, let's win. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's Monday morning again, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Stay safe, stay green, enjoy the weekend, and I'll catch you guys next time.